Greetings, it's Kimberly Sherry. I think we're live. Give me a thumbs up if we're actually on live. I've been doing this where I come on and I'm talking away and I didn't push the right button. So I hope you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if that's the case. So welcome to Friday's Inspiration. And just making sure it looks like everything's good. Okay, good. Yay. Great to see all of you here. We are here for Friday's Inspiration, where I'll be talking about a subject. Today, the subject is 3 ways to increase your magnetism and your prosperity. So the two go hand in hand. So we're going to be talking about what magnetism is, and then we're going to be doing a MediClearing, where we're going to clear the energies that are preventing you from being your most magnetic self. So hang on. So I just pushed mute so I don't hear things on here, but if you can't hear me now, let me know. So it's still good. Okay. All right. So magnetic energy. So the number one thing to remember about magnetism and magnetic energy is that it's a feminine energy. So we're going to be talking about the feminine energy today, how to increase it. Good. Thanks, Roma. How to increase it, and especially how this relates to our prosperity. So the number one thing with magnetism is that it is our feminine energy. So where's the main place where this feminine magnetic energy lives? Is right in our heart chakra. So in order to be able to manifest, magnetize, attract more of what we desire in our life, then we have to have a really strong heart field, a really open heart, and a full feminine energy. So all of these things can be measured, thankfully. They can all be measured. So when I'm measuring today, I'm measuring the overall group, and you're giving a great representation of not only who's here, but those that will be listening to this out into the future. So as I'm measuring how open the heart is right now, I haven't done this ahead of time, so I'm doing it in present time, it's about 50%. So I would say that that's pretty common. The heart energy is, the heart, we often will guard our hearts and maybe close down our hearts if we feel a little too vulnerable and a little too, maybe there's a little too much pain in our heart, so it doesn't feel safe to open our hearts. So that's one thing that we're going to be doing in the MediClearing today, is opening that heart all the way so that we can send a stronger magnetic field. Another thing that we need to remember, yes, 50%, is that the feminine energy, which is also a very important energy, is the energy of the heart. And so a lot of people, they have some limiting and lack mindsets around feminine energy because they've not had good role models, maybe in their own life, of the feminine in their life. Maybe they saw their mother getting abused, or they just see women in general, that the overriding message that was given to you maybe growing up was that women are weak. It's a weak energy, and so therefore the feminine is a weak energy. And so a lot of people, they'll avoid this feminine energy because they don't want to feel or be perceived as weak. So just so you know, the feminine energy is one of the most powerful energies in our energy field. That heart energy is far stronger than the brain. The electromagnetic frequency that it sends is, I think it's 10 times greater than our brain. So the mind is the masculine energy, and the heart is the feminine energy. So the feminine energy is that inward, introspective energy. So that's how the magnetic energy works. It pulls things to you. That's how a magnet works, right? And so when we hold up a magnet to something metallic, we don't have to try and make the things connect, right? It just like happens without any effort. You just get close enough to it and they come together. And so this is how this feminine magnetic energy will work when it's full, when it's at its fullest capacity. So we are going to measure the level of feminine energy, which is currently, for those of you who are here and those of you who will be listening to this out into the future, is at 95%. So that's really great. There's 5 more percent. So we want to make it all the way up to 100%. So these two would be balanced between that masculine outward energy, which is super important. We need a balance of the two. We can't just sit under our money trees meditating, right? Waiting for money to fall on our head. So we have to implement plans and strategies and create structures and funnels for our business, etc. That's all the masculine part. And that's super important because that's going to hold all of the feminine magnetic frequencies that are going to flow through this whole structure. So super important that the two are balanced. So that's 2 things. A third thing, as far as this magnetic energy, is that this magnet, as it pulls things to you, it's going to magnetize what's already here in your energy field, right? So this is why these MediClearings are so important and powerful. And there is the 20-minute meditation available if you have not gotten it yet, to practice that every single day. It's super important. That will help raise your vibrations. And this 20-minute MediClearing that is available, Roma will post it here and then I'll put it up on the screen, is that this 20-minute meditation, half of it is devoted to raising your money vibrations. So yes, we want to keep our heart open. So that's number 1. 2, we want to keep the feminine energy at a high level. And 3, we also, here's the 20-minute meditation. We also want to keep our money vibration high so that what we're magnetizing is in alignment with that. So those are the 3 main important things. So we want to be able to have an open heart. That's 1. 2, high feminine energy. And 3, a high wealth frequency, high money frequency. And so those all work in harmony with each other. Now the money piece, there's actually several things that will contribute to whether or not you actually increase your prosperity because of having a high money frequency. So 2 other things that are related to the money piece especially are, 1, if your creative rings above your head, now you'll have anywhere between 3 and 50, well, actually 55 now, this is new. We just had a client this past month who has reached new heights. So now we're able to access even higher levels of being able to magnetize. So these rings, they sort of act like a magnet because they are holding all of our dreams, our desires, our goals and intentions in these rings above our head. However, the rings don't care what it's magnetizing or attracting. So that's why it's super important that everything in our energy field is clear at a high vibration, because these rings are just going to attract whatever is going on here in the energy field. So that's super important. And then a second part to that is that in order to fully receive, so now we've got our magnetic energy turned up and we're magnetizing things and things are coming to us, whether it's love, whether it's money, rich resources, clients, opportunities, whatever's coming to us. If we're clear, there's going to be good things. But if our receiving channel is not open, You can have the best funnels in the world. You can have a high money vibration. You can have the best coaches and clients. You can have all of these things set up. But if your receiving channel, which is the left arm of your circle of reciprocity, if that left arm is blocked, your receiving channel, none of the stuff that I just talked about matters, because there's no place for the stuff to come in. So we want to make sure that this circle of reciprocity, which starts at our heart, comes out the right masculine giving arm out that side, and then we receive it with that left hand, left receiving side. So thus the circle is complete. So we start the circle with giving, and then energetically it will be received into our left hand. So a lot of you are not receiving, but you're blaming it on other people. Like, I give so much and you give me nothing, or nothing's coming back. It's not about the other person, right? It has nothing to do with the other person. It has to do with you. And this is where becoming more advanced and growing in our growth and evolution is where we take 100% accountability for everything we create. If we're blaming other people, we've just given our power away. It's like, well, you're not giving to me, so now you're the one in charge of whether or not I receive. So that's a bunch of BS, and that doesn't work. So we're the ones who are in charge. We're the ones who are responsible for our receiving. And so this is what we're going to take care of today. And so I'm curious if those of you out here, if you're struggling with your prosperity, magnetism, abundance, I'd be curious, let me see, here's my glasses, what it is that you guys are experiencing and what it is that you need help with. Like, have you noticed it's hard to bring the stuff in? Like, it, you can feel it just out there in the periphery, but you can't quite bring it in. I'm going to read what you guys have to say now. Okay, let's see what you have. All right, so great to see so many of you here, and I love hearing where you're all coming from. Champa and Melinda, good to see you. And I think that's not Z, that's Goddess Nine, I've forgotten your name, Kylia, or I forget the right way to say it, Kilia, or something like that. Melinda Starr, magnetic energy is feminine, yes. So, oh, thank you. Awesome photo of you. Yes. So this new photo of me, this is one of my new photos from my photo shoot that just coming out. So this is the first one that's being seen. So you guys are the lucky recipients. And Z, let's see. Thank you for embodying immaculate wealth. You're welcome. Like, somebody's got to do it, right? Okay, good. Yes. And Zilia, okay, or Zylia. Thank you. Yes, I knew I butchered your name. Sorry. And Gaia says, yes, still struggling, can feel it, but not here yet. Right. It's like it's right on the periphery. Good morning, Jackie. And Sharon from Mount Shasta. You're new to here, I think. So thank you for coming and joining us today for today's MediClearing. And for all of you that enjoy coming here every week, we're here every Friday doing Friday's Inspiration, talking about a specific subject, doing a massive energy clearing on that. To please share this with your friends, family, those that you think would benefit. And subscribe so that you get the notifications when we come on live. So Friday is always at 11:11 in the time zone that I'm in. And then on Tuesday, we entertain your specific specific to you questions. And so, yes, this is a public platform. And so your posting your questions is giving me permission to post these things and to work on you. And So we are going to go ahead now. And one last thing, for those of you who are interested, like you love this and you enjoy coming here, but you want some help that's a little more private, like you don't want everybody knowing about your stuff, right? So working with me always starts with a vibrational altitude report. And so if you haven't gotten that yet and you're curious, it measures more than 40 different calibrations without me talking to you, knowing anything about you. And so that's where it all starts. So, and Melinda Star, okay, so you're back. Good. All right. So, let me put this back here. And so, Roma, if you could post the vibrational altitude report, I'll post that for people so that they can see where to get that. All right. So we're going to, I'm going to walk you through the process now, process called running your energy. And so this is what all of my clients, here is the altitude report, that all of my clients use and practice on a daily basis. My $1 million clients, all of my clients use this method to keep their energy clear and flowing. And so the entire process is outlined in my book that was published in November, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So the entire system is outlined in the book with illustrations and all the details, how to use avatars, so forth and so on. So if you ever get a little stuck or confused, or you're not sure, get the book, and then you can know all the details about what we're talking about here. So we'd like to just dive in and just follow along. So, and here is the book. So you can get the book. It is available on Amazon as a digital copy or paperback. All right, let's get started. Yes, okay, good. So we're going to start first by putting down a brand new grounding cord in present time, all the way to the center of the planet. I'm going to set that on release, make it really big, like you could drop a cantaloupe down this pipe. And it's secured firmly to the center of the earth. And then you're going to send roots down from the bottoms of your feet deep into our Mother Earth. In fact, so far, it's going to go all the way out the other side and wrap around the planet. This is getting ultra grounded. And then from here, you're going to bring that abundant feminine earth energy up through your feet. So it's stopped right there. And so this is another important part of amplifying our feminine frequency, is making sure this earth energy, this feminine earth energy, is coming up through our legs. There we go. So up through the calves and the knees and the thighs. And then when it gets to the top of our thigh, where our legs attach to our body, it's going to go down the grounding. So you have 2 loops of energy coming up the legs and down the grounding cord. Okay, great. And then the third and final part to getting ultra grounded is to pull in our worry circle. Ideally, you would not have one. Right now, it's congested out to the 3rd layer. So just imagine that you are pulling in this circle of energy that radiates around your root chakra. And this is making it hard for you to step into your next level of power. We're going to pull this energy in, all the worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fears, and uncertainty. And we're just going to drop that down the grounding so it can be transmuted into a more useful energy. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to let that run like gravity in no effort. And then we're going to connect with pure source energy far above our heads as we bring this down through our creative rings, as pure source recalibrates our dreams and our desires in our highest and best interest. So up here in these rings, this is where you would place, since we're talking about prosperity and abundance, your goals, your dreams, desires, the lifestyle that you would like to create, the things that you would like to manifest. And how is not important. It's the end outcome. And so, and having these things with ease and grace, taking out all that hard work, and whatever what you know what you desire. So put those up in these rings. And then pure source is going to come into the crown where the energy is stopping. So this right here at our crown at the top of our head is where we get our personal permission. So there's an energy out there that goes all the way out to the 15th layer. That is where the 1% energy hangs out. And so this is the overriding influence on the planet that does not want us to have our personal permission, our sovereignty. And, they want to be in control. They want to be in charge of everyone, everything. This communism that is slowly trying to take over the planet. But as more and more of us awaken and are in these higher vibrations, this will not be able to be, it won't happen. We won't, or it may happen on some level, but there will be a dimension, the dimension I plan on living in, the dimension I live in, that won't live there. That doesn't live in that dimension. Okay, great. So as we're bringing pure source down through the crown now, the sixth chakra, it's stopping right there. So we're going to go out to the third layer, both front and back of our sixth chakra. We're going to pull in this energy. These are beliefs that relate to feeling powerless. So if you have the belief that, well, no matter what I do, it doesn't work, then if you're holding that frequency, that's the frequency you're going to send. That's what you're going to create and manifest. If you were to replace that with, I am abundant, and you keep your frequency at a high vibration, and money flows to me easily and effortlessly, those affirmations will only work once you are in a higher frequency. Otherwise, it just creates cognitive dissonance. It just doesn't jibe. All right, there we go. So now we're bringing pure source down through the sixth chakra, down through the throat, into the heart where it's stopping. We're going to go out to the 15th layer, both front and back. So again, the 1% is influencing your heart and that feminine magnetic energy. Many moons ago, there was an amnesia program. We're just a matter of a bunch of programs. So there was an amnesia program that was put into our heart chakra that made us forget that we have the ability to self-generate love. And so ever since that was planted in here, it's caused humanity to always be looking on the outside for love, for approval, for love in all kinds of ways, so that's how we would validate ourselves. And so we haven't known, or we have forgotten, that we self-generate love right here in the heart. And so this is why it's important to run our energy every day, because this 1%, they're very persistent, and they sometimes need to be cleared out on a daily basis until your energy field can get strong enough that they just don't come in anymore. But most of you are not there yet, so that's the clearing. Okay, there we go. So as we're bringing pure source down through the heart, solar plexus, second chakra, spilling down the root. So now you're vertical. Take a deep breath into this powerful alignment where we're connected way up high to pure source and rooted deeply into our feminine Mother Earth. Okay, good. So now we're going to mix these two energies. Heaven or pure source energy coming down the backside, and this feminine, abundant earth energy. Where those two meet at the root chakra, we're going to bring a 50-50 mixture up the front. So up through the second, third. So it's stopping right at the solar plexus, out to the third layer. This will feel like it's hard to manifest because this represents a stuck energy, a stop, like a big stop sign. And this would make it hard to get things done. This is where you go into that overdrive of the masculine energy, pushing, chasing, forcing. This energy would make you feel tired, unmotivated, maybe a little depressed. So we're just pulling all of that into the core. We're just going to drop it down the grounding. Okay, great. And then we're going to pull this energy, 50-50 mixture, up through the solar plexus and the solar plexus. Okay, so there's still some energy there. Let's see what it is. There's a fear entity in here. So what is fear designed to do? It's designed to stop you. And so there's a lot of faces to fear. You can be tired. You can be unmotivated. You could be distracted. There's so many distractions on the internet. And so anything that just prevents us from taking a next step could be some of the beliefs that are rolling around in our head. So there's now a little shortcut to removing these fear entities. So I want all of you to put a black flame right in the middle of your solar plexus. So this black flame, it's like pure darkness. There's a polarity to everything, including dark energy. So there's darkness, and then there's pure darkness. So this flame represents pure darkness, and it will transmute this fear entity. So let's go ahead and turn up the volume on this. Just pretend that you know what you're doing, and it will work. That's how powerful our imagination is. Okay, great. Okay, so now let's see if we can bring this 50-50 mixture up through the solar plexus. There it goes. Yeah, good job. Up into the heart. So it's stopping there. So here again, that 1% influence is all the way out to the 15th layer at our heart, trying to diminish our feminine energy, our magnetic energy, where our infinite intelligence lies, that part of us that just knows. So there's been a lot of, not just in this lifetime, but we've all had many, many lifetimes where we were killed for being in our powerful feminine energy. And so this is, that's another aspect. We save that for another time, but all the past lives of when we were killed for being in our powerful, magnetic feminine energy. At any rate, right now we're pulling in this 1% energy that does not want us to be in that feminine. It pulls into the second layer where there's a lot of anger and rage. So this would be anger that's turned inward, where we make ourselves wrong, like we're not doing enough, we're not doing it right, and we don't know what we're doing, or you don't know what you're talking about. All of those kinds of energies right here. So we're just going to drop this down the grounding. Excellent. Send that down the grounding. Excellent. Okay, so now we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the heart. There we go. And the throat, and that sixth chakra, and the crown. and through all the rings. Okay, actually, the aura is clear. That's really great. And so, ideally, the purpose of this whole process of running your energy is to create a clear energy field from our core all the way out to and beyond, but at least to this 40th layer of our aura. The 40th layer is where oneness exists. This is where there's unconditional love, if you want to call the Galactic Federation, the Alliance. It's this high vibrational field where we are all one. Now we know we are all one, but for many of you, that's just a concept that, oh, we're one, but once you're clear all the way out to this 40th layer, that's where you're going to be able to experience this layer of oneness. So the clearer we can be from our inner core all the way out to this 40th layer, the easier it will be to experience this oneness where there are no divisions. And so that's exactly the opposite of the agenda that's happening on the planet right now. So our aura is clear. And so last but not least, we're going to, at least for this part, we're going to clear our circle of reciprocity. So that's the energy from the upper 4 chakras, heart, throat, 6, crown, and all of our rings. Even if you don't know how many you have, we're going to bring all of that energy out that right masculine giving side, which is what starts the circle of reciprocity. So it's stopping right at the shoulder. So maybe you start to give, like it's a nice idea, but you're not fully implementing the things that need to be implemented. So we're bringing that energy all the way out that right arm. Okay, great. And then we're going to bring it in that left hand, left arm. And so it comes up to about halfway between our wrist and our elbow, and it's stopping. So we want you to bring in the receiving all the way. We want that receiving all the way. So we're going to bring it all the way up to the elbow and the shoulder. There we go. And then down through the front and back of the heart so that we feel validated when we receive. And then as it comes through the throat, then it's going to be easier for us to ask for what we need, say what we prefer, set really clear boundaries. Okay, good. And then it's going to pass through the front and back of that 6th chakra, clearing those limiting and lack mindsets. Excellent. Through the crown, giving you permission to have all these dreams and desires in your rings. And this is also where we access our Akashic records. So all the information, knowledge that we need, which is up here, we can access when we're running this circle through all of our creative rings. Okay, there, excellent. So let's remeasure. Let's remeasure the feminine energy and how open the heart is. You remember that was kind of closed before. So the heart is now open 100%. Let me know if you can feel that difference. So I noticed when I first discovered that I had also a closed, well, it wasn't closed, but 50%. And so the difference I recall of what that felt like when mine was closed down to 50% and to what it felt like afterwards is before I felt like maybe a little judgmental of myself, a little guarded, sort of defensive, a little annoyed at myself. And when I would judge myself, I would also be judging other people. And so once I cleared and opened the heart, I felt more accepting, a little nicer to myself, not so hard on myself. And so I'm curious what you guys are noticing, if anything, in that regards. So that's the heart. And then the feminine energy, that's at 100% now. Our circle of reciprocity is flowing. And so the final component to all of this is making sure that our money vibration is high, right? So if you have an open circle and the circle of reciprocity is flowing, but you have a low money vibration, then what are you going to be manifesting? What are you going to be bringing in to, what are you going to be receiving? You're going to be receiving clients that can't pay you, clients that can't find you. And it's just going to be hard to talk about how much you charge, what you do. So this is all of this stuff works together. So we want to make sure that we have a high money vibration so that we're attracting high vibrational clients that can pay us, clients that appreciate and get what we do, and they're transformed by what we do. In fact, that's what you're getting paid for. You're not getting paid for your personal worth and value. There's no price on that. You're being paid for the transformation that you create for other people. So let's measure where and how high this money vibration is. Okay, so Gaia, thank you for admitting this. She says, I haven't done this for a while. I get lazy. I feel a massive difference for the better. Well, great, yes. And so, it is common that we get off track with things that we know will be beneficial to us. And so, sometimes it is good to go away and then to come back so that we can feel that difference. I know for myself, that's kind of how I operate. Is I'm a Libra, trying to navigate that middle line. And so sometimes going off track will let you know if you are on center or not. And so we all have different ways of breathing through all of these energies. And so sometimes going away from it, but coming back to it, it makes our life breathe. But at least now you know where the issues are, so that you can practice this and keep doing it on a regular basis, because it's a simple process. It's just a matter of doing it. And I don't know who this is, Adminba. Just stumbled in over here. Oh, Angela. Oh, great. Good to have you here. Well, you missed everything we just did. But the final part that we're going to do, which is also super important, is raising our money vibration, money frequency. So let's measure it first. It's actually pretty darn high for you guys. It's at 250,000. That's the threshold where it goes over into the level of infinite possibilities. So that's the highest point, and then it breaks through to infinity. So there's two parts to this. We not only want to make sure that we have a high vibration of money, but also that we are aligned with it in all of our chakras. So that's super important. Otherwise, we could have a high money vibration, but then we have all this worry in our root. And so then we just keep manifesting more things to worry about with money. So there's lots of parts to these things. So here's how you raise your money vibration. And this is what you will do in this 20-minute meditation that is available for all of you. And Gaia is a Gemini, so that's also very similar to Libra, trying to find that middle point. They go more to the extremes before finding that middle point. So let me just hang on. What was I looking for? The meditation. Hang on. Altitude report. Hang on. It's further back than I thought. well, this is also important, but um, okay, there it is. Running energy. Okay. So there is the link to the 20-minute meditation so that you can practice this on a regular basis, whether you show up here or not, you know, whether you lose track of what's going on here, that you always have a place to go where you can just tap into that and raise your money vibration and your vibration in general. So we're just going to run through the grounding of your money to raise that vibration. So you imagine a huge pile of money out in front of you. It has its own private, separate grounding cord to the center of the planet. And then we're going to start releasing things like your mother's energy, your father's energy, your partner, exes, children, well-meaning friends, and well-meaning family. So far, all of those are clear. Also, as it relates to business or a job, so it could be your boss. It could be a work partner. Maybe you're partnered up with someone. Could be clients. Could be people that owe money to you or people you owe money to. So far, none of those are showing up. So last but not least, this is always in our money pile, is the 1%. Yes. Okay, good. I knew I was going to find something. The 1% that basically owns most of the money on the planet. And, I kind of consider that dirty money. And so we want to create clean fuel sources. So we're going to take their energy out of our money pile. So just drain that 1% down through this grounding cord of your money pile. Okay, good. Now from here, you're going to imagine a liquid gold stream of energy coming out of this money pile. And then it's going to come into your creative rings so that your dreams and desires with money are in your highest and best interests. As that liquid gold is coming down into your crown, giving you permission to have what you desire through the 6th chakra. So now it's coming down through the central core, 6th chakra. Let it stir in here so you can clear those limiting and lack mindsets. Excellent. Whew. Okay, good. So 6 and then down through the throat and the heart. So let it stir in your heart so that you feel validated when you receive money. And that also you bring in some forgiveness here in the heart for any coulda, woulda, shouldas with money. So you're not beating yourself up. And then also while we're here, bring in gratitude and appreciation for everything you do have. Sometimes we forget how blessed we are, and we're only thinking about what we don't have instead of all the amazing things we do have. So we just let that stir in that heart. So it's coming down. There's something still there in the heart. Okay. Okay, so this is a control being. And so these are used by the reptilian energies. And so here right at the heart, they don't want us to feel validated by our money. They want us to be slaves and minions to the machine. So we're going to put a black flame right in that heart chakra to transmute this control being. Okay, great. So as pure source, not pure source, as this golden high vibration of money is coming down through the heart, there it goes, into the solar plexus, 2nd chakra, spilling down the root. Let's bring it up the front so it can get the tops of it can get the front of our chakras. As it's coming up the front, it can get both, need to get real close to the spine so it gets the beginning of each of those chakras. So coming up through that second chakra, so it's stopping right there. Second chakra is an energy transformer. It converts energy into physical things like money, like clients, like rich resources and opportunities. And so we're just going to use this high vibration of money. And there's also some anger in here as well. So maybe you have some resentment towards money. Like if this was a friend, are you mad at it for it being inconsistent or not showing up on a regular basis, or it leaves whenever it wants and it's not reliable and you feel betrayed by it? So if you have a lot of that energy, then money is not going to be your friend. It's going to feel like you're pushing it away because you don't feel like you guys have this good relationship. So we're going to drop all that anger towards money down your grounding, because otherwise in the second chakra, you're just going to create more angry opportunities, angry clients, angry reasons to be mad at money. Okay, there we go. So let's bring this money vibration up through the second and the third and the heart and the throat. Let it stir in here so you can have easy conversations around money. There we go. And then as we're coming up through the throat and that 6 crown rings, and then down through all the layers of our aura. Excellent. And then okay, so the aura is all clear with regards to your money. So that's great. Let's bring this high vibration of money from the upper 4 chakras, heart, throat, 6 crown, all of your rings. We're going to bring this money vibration out that right arm, so it goes back out into the economy. See, money doesn't like to be stagnant and hoarded. It likes to flow. And so we're going to bring it now into that left hand, left arm, where it's slowly coming up. Let it in. Surrender to what's knocking at your door. It wants to come in. You just have to let it. Okay. So that you're letting go of also some fears around having more money. Like, what if, do you have fears around people taking your money, or maybe then you'll get robbed, or people will break in, or you'll have to share it with all your family, and whatever the things are about being afraid to be successful. Okay, yeah, so we're clearing that, a fear of success. And then it's going to come down through the front and back of that heart. So it's creating that circle through the front and back of the throat, through that 6th chakra, through the crown, through all of the rings. Excellent, excellent. So notice, I'm curious if you guys are feeling different. Now, I know this stuff already works, but I'm curious if what you guys are noticing. Let's see. Yes, you did, Angela. You showed up just right on time. So how are you guys feeling now compared to when we started? So we started at the beginning talking about magnetic energy. Do you feel a little less guarded? Do you feel, more open, more accepting, less judgmental? I'm curious. Feeling more relaxed. Great. Yes. And feeling lighter. Awesome. What else have we got? Feel very calm and clear. Oh, thank you, Ed. It's nice to see some men here. Okay, good. Anybody else want to speak up? More open. Good. Yes. Great. So this is how you can feel every day if you just practice this 20-minute practice of running your energy. So, and Gaia also is feeling more open. Good. Yes, it's a good feeling, isn't it? So enjoy this. So this is a perfect way to go out and enjoy your weekend. And we'll be back on Tuesday to entertain your specific questions about you and your issues, things that you might be having a hard time with, things that you're struggling with, things you have questions about, things that you know you can have more of your own power. You can access more of your power if you could just get through this one thing that you're just you can't see. You can't tell what it is, but you know there's something blocking you. I've got the eyes for that. So come back on Tuesday, ask your questions, and I can't wait to see you then. So enjoy your weekend and sending much love to all of you. Namaste.